But Theo Tran's jealousy goes beyond the success of his nemesis at tonight's final table. He is hoping to claim what he feels is rightfully his.
The World Series bracelet is the big thing. This is the big deal. And I think it's more that all my friends have a bracelet. I accomplished it. Jeff Madsen is a good friend of mine. Brandon Cantu, and then Nod Medic.
Medic is a bracelet winner.
David Williams is one of my really good friends now. It's so sick because all my friends have bracelets. And I'm like, I think I'm better than a lot of them.
He's done. I got chips now, he's done.
A lot of people think it could be arrogance and cockiness.
What am I?
But I'm just very confident in my game. That's just what keeps me going.
You don't know how lucky you are.
I'm always rooting my friends on, no matter what. I'm happy for them, but like I said, I'm envious of them too.
I ain't getting bluffed out this time.
And I want to be up to that level, but I haven't hit it yet. Today will be the day. This is my time to shine.
He told us he believes he's the best player at the table. He talks the talk. Now he's got to walk the walk.
The bracelet is up for grabs. Only Chris Ferguson owns one of the remaining players. Only Ferguson and Theo Tran have final table experience here at the World Series. Mike No will fold. Hang on to the chips he just won from Aikenhead, and Theo will get out of the way.
And you can just see Theo's stomach is churning. He's on the prowl. He wants to play.
He does fold. Ferguson folds over to James Aikenhead. Been playing poker just 3 years, he says.
Aikenhead drove elevated trains in East London for 2.5 years. I hope he was working for the train system.
With King Jack, he will make the call from the small blind for $40,000 more. Hinkle in the big blind with 9-4 will check his option. That will go heads up. 7-8-8. King high still good for Aikenhead, and he checks.
I think it's possible Grant Hinkle's never been on a train.
Turn card is a jack, and Aikenhead pairs his jack, solidifies his lead. Hinkle with a gut shot straight draw. Aikenhead checked. Wow, Ma Hinkle seems a lot more calm lately, Norman.
She's taking a breather between big hands.
Her boy, Grant, is going to bet $150,000.
Boy, he's got 9 high and a gut shot. I think it's safe to say Grant wants Aikenhead to take leave of this hand.
Exactly. Aikenhead will call.
Aikenhead, of course, paired the jack, and he has a good kicker.
All right, here we go to the river. And the river is a 10, and wow, he started with 9-4, and Hinkle hits the jack high straight.
And Grant Hinkle living large. He was only in the hand because he wasn't raised out of the big blind with 9-4. He ends up making a straight.
Aikenhead checked it. It's how much from Hinkle, not if. He makes it $400,000.
His brother Blair and his mother are going to like this one.
Now Aikenhead has to wonder what Hinkle has that it's going to cost him $400,000, and he does call.
He says, "Show me the 9."
And there's the 9. Wow. A small raise pre-flop might have gotten Hinkle out of that hand, but as it was, he hits the straight and takes the pot.
The Hinkles are happy.
And why not? Grant with the big blind special got the 9-4, hit the straight. Not only is he taking Aikenhead's chips, but he is also once again the chip leader at this no-limit hold'em final table.
The 2008 World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. Bracelet event.
He began this final table second in chips here at the Rio, but Aaron Coulthard could not get any momentum and finds himself being knocked out in 6th place, done in by James Aikenhead. Coulthard with a terrific run tonight, good for a payday of almost $212,000.
The Brit takes out the Canadian. They're still bitter about losing the Empire.
Aikenhead among the final 5 of this final table looks a little nervous, but it's nothing like the pressure he faced in his old job as a train driver in England.
That's right, Lon. He once stopped too short of the station, and half the people on the train couldn't get off. I essentially did the same thing on the second night of my first honeymoon, and that marriage was never right.
Aikenhead still trails Grant Hinkle by more than 2 million chips. After that, it's a 3-way battle of the short stacks. 5 players remain. Action on Grant Hinkle. Hinkle looks down at Ace-Jack.
He is a marketing professional, says he'll consider quitting his job if he wins.
325.
From the small blind, he's going to raise it to $325,000.
I think he should quit his job even if he finishes third.
Come on, man.
Ace King and all in for Mike No. He's going to push again. So the re-raise back now to Hinkle.
Well, Theo Tran hoping Grant Hinkle can call him and beat him, but Hinkle is dominated if he gets into this hand against No. He certainly can afford it. If Grant thinks it's a coin flip, he will call.
Call.
And he does call for $1.3 million more. And No loves what he sees. Ace King against Hinkle's Ace Jack.
Yeah, No now in a terrific position to double up and become chip leader.
So Grant Hinkle taking a risk.
Not so good, Ma Hinkle.
I didn't think he had that big of a hand.
No, a 3-1 favorite with his Ace King.
Jack!
Mike No calling for Hinkle to hit a jack.
Because I'm ripping the king.
Oh, he's got it planned out.
That makes sense, Lon.
Yeah. All right, the flop, 3 Queen 5. Ace King still best for Mike No.
No now even in a better position. Grant Hinkle watching his chip lead slip away here.
Yeah. Blair and Lynn Hinkle looking on nervously. Got to be tough on a mom. Turn card is an 8, and No still leads.
Jack one time.
Jack one time. I guess it's reverse psychology.
Theo can't believe the gall of Mike No.
Only a jack will knock out Mike No.
I got a sense of humor.
And now the river card. Oh, it is the jack!
Not so funny, is it? And Theo feels vindicated.
Mike No called his own elimination. Wow.
For him to chant there, that's what he gets. That's what he gets. That's what he gets. That's what he gets. That's what he gets.
That's what he gets, Lon.
So Mike No knocked out in 5th place, wins over $268,000.
And I still think Grant Hinkle should quit his job if he finishes third. That's nearly 400 large.
Grant began the final table in 9th place, has to be the favorite now. Blair and Lynn Hinkle can breathe a little easier, and the only thing better for Theo Tran would have been knocking out Mike No himself. Welcome back inside the Rio. Grant Hinkle has taken control of this tournament. He picked up more than 1 million chips with that knockout of Mike No, and now he has over half the chips in play.
What is going on? Your husband is playing an amazing game of poker.
Lynn Hinkle talking to Grant's wife, Kimberly.
Right.
Lynn has been behind her son throughout this tournament, which, as it turns out, hasn't always been a good thing.
He's the oldest of 4 boys, and so really I learned how to embarrass my children by starting with Grant and then working my way down.
Chris Ferguson got seated on my immediate left, and there's a pot going on, and she's like, Grant, Chris, turn around. I want to get your picture together. I was probably 5 sheets of red.
Thank you. But, I got a great shot. And he'll never forget it, No, I don't really know if Grant's talking to me right now. He may be wishing that I'd wear a disguise, but, I'm just going to be there to support him and hopefully sit by somebody that can tell me what's going on.
I tease about how she's embarrassing, but I really appreciate her support and know that even though she doesn't know what's going on in the hand, that she's behind me 100%, and no matter if I win or lose.